Sometimes you want to escape the anxieties of daily life by jumping into a game where you're second-guessing every move you make. And if you're a fan of the strategy genre, then stick around as we've collected 6 of our favorites for iPhone and iPad. You can conquer the world from the palm of your hand with Sid Meier's Civilization VI on the iPad. Not some streamlined approximation, but the actual game itself. One of the best strategy games across any platform, it's an incredible port to a handheld device. To those familiar with the series, it holds all the charm and depth you're accustomed to. For those starting out into the business of world domination, you'll be sucked in as you pick from a list of several dozen influential leaders, guiding your settlement through the ages until it's a bustling metropolis, all whilst negotiating with your neighbours, whether via diplomacy or an iron fist. With massive maps to take over and a virtually unlimited combination of approaches, you'll be jumping in again and again to be the best you could ever hope to be. A thrilling blend of high-tech stealth and strategy, Invisible, Inc. blends tense observation and precisely executed moves with turn-based patience and calculations to form this highly engaging cyberpunk roguelike hybrid. Working for the titular corporate espionage agency, you're on the run as you've been attacked by a rival team, and with only 72 hours to prepare to execute a desperate counter against your enemy's headquarters, you'll be utilizing your agent's augmentations and individual specialities, from area of effect stuns to cloaking, remote hacking, shock mines, and much more. Like all missions, planning is essential, and the turn-based nature gives you time to think. But the stress of being caught ramps everything up to 11, making this amalgamation of genres a must-play for any strategy fan. Looking for a compelling strategy game that combines RPG and gacha elements? Then Fire Emblem Heroes will very much scratch that itch for you. Nintendo's second foray into mobile gaming brings a 30-year-old franchise to mobile devices, packing it chock full of recognizable characters from titles past. The setup for the game is pretty simple. You're a legendary hero pulled through into a world that exists in a state of constant war, and you're tasked with building a team of warriors to help restore peace. Much in the vein of Fire Emblem, the actual action is taken out of your hands, but that doesn't mean you're not heavily involved, as forming your squad and ensuring the correct placement, as well as constantly monitoring everyone's health and attack, may be the difference between victory and the bitter taste of defeat. This is a free-to-play game, so may not be as rich and packed as other Fire Emblem games, but because it's Nintendo, it still doesn't fall short, being stylish, entertaining, and more challenging than it first appears. Some of us have never done a bungee jump, or an escape room, or made a flan, but one shared experience everyone on Earth has is living through a pandemic. And if you've ever thought, I wonder what this would be like from the point of view of the virus, then lucky for you, Plague Incorporated has you covered. Though it's been out for over a decade, it still has the draw to keep you engrossed as you bioengineer your bacterium to infect as many of the innocent populace as possible. Though it's not just as simple as evolving your virus to give the maximum damage, you'll have to carefully plan your distribution routes, whether airborne, waterborne, or skin-to-skin contact. And as the world's governments become wise to the mutagen's machinations, lockdowns will be enforced, meaning we'll have to try our best to get across borders however we can, lest our plan to take over the world be foiled. Looking at you, Madagascar. Strategy titles often look at the grand picture, with marauding armies or world domination, but Frozen Synapse brings the focus in tight, having you plan the individual seconds of a frantic gunfight between computer-simulated warriors. But if you'd rather go up against a human counterpart, then multiplayer is available too. Though it may seem simple at first glance, it becomes highly addictive once you get the hang of it, as you'll be tapping out instructions to your small cabal, whether it be sending your squad to duck, head for cover, or take aim. Then, as the next 5 seconds play out, you'll see whether your tactics proved fruitful or if it's all gone Pete Tong, and the thinking on the fly will have to kick in, hoping you can bring back this chaos into some semblance of order. The knife-edge tension of every session means your 50th game is every bit as exciting and unpredictable as your first. Yes, it may not be the purest of strategy titles, but Supercell's super successful Clash of Clans has definitely earned its mention. With tens of millions of monthly active users, this cutesy yet cutthroat tower defense game will keep you coming back for more. Building up your base, upgrading your defenses and troops, and planning out your armies and attack patterns, you'll be raiding villages and pillaging their coffers, all to keep your supremacy. And with each base being individual in its design to keep you on your toes with ever-changing tactics, mixed with a charming and humorous art style and characterization, there's a reason why after all these years, it's still an App Store staple. And that was our pick of some of our favorite strategy games available on iPhone and iPad. Do you agree with the choices? Are there any other titles that you feel are more deserving? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.